start this over. Today is July 5th. Yeah, Friday. And we were driving back home. I felt like playing this playlist. This is the Winter 2024 playlist. I dedicated a melody to each of things that represent winter. Now, I'm finally on the verge of driving back home, and I got to see my family here in Stockton. So I have two homes actually. One I was born with, which is Richmond, and the second home that I grew up in was Stockton. It's gonna be a wild drive, but we're gonna sit tight for a while. But the reason being for my main visit, even though I was sharing each memory of playing on the piano of the Ciao playlist piano edition, was that reason being is because my Nana, my musical family member, is getting a little bit I mean, she's okay, my Nana, but she's getting a little slower, getting a little tired, and she's really someone who someone that means a lot to me, put it that way. She means quite a lot, and I know it's part of life. You know, it's part of life when your elders, it's their time, but I don't want to talk about that. I do not want to maybe think about that. Just kind of want to embrace each memory with her. But let me tell you about my Nana, though. My Nana, I actually want to share a story with you guys about my Nana and why I want to spend time with her as much as possibly as I can. It all started with my Nana. She's 91 years old, and hopefully we'll have another year with her, but I'm not too sure, but we'll see. But the story about my Nana and why she means so much. When I was 7, 8 years old, I remember there was this house that she owned years ago, and it was the house I grew up in. It was a single story. It had maybe main living room, it had high kitchen counter table tops and high chairs. She had a pantry. She had a dining room that we barely used, but there's this one extra room when you walk through the door and you automatically turn on the right hand side where that was her room, and there was the baby grand piano, and that's that same baby grand piano that I would play in my videos, the same one. And when I was 7 or 8 years old, I remember I would just listen to her, and there was something in me, in my 7 or 8-year-old self was just like, I was in awe. You know, it was just that first inspiration, that first time of wanting to see what she was playing, and she played a bunch of songs. But I didn't know what those songs were. If I can get this up together. You know, I was little, just hearing her play, just doing this a lot. Oh, I get to turn. And I just remember there was something about in that moment where I would look at her and just be like, there was this unexplainable feeling when I was watching her play when I was 7 or 8 years old. And there's something about it where I just felt like, wow, I want to be like that, or I want to play like that, or I want to be that, I want to do that. At some point, sometime later, my mom and my dad, they got me doing piano lessons, and it was at the Fiat Music in Pinole, California. And I remember my piano teacher, I wish I knew her name, but she asked me what was the first thing I wanted to do in playing music, or what was the first thing I wanted to learn. And my 10 or 11-year-old self was like, oh, I want to play Christmas music, so I love Christmas music. So we did Jingle Bells, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and so those are the first few songs that I would learn how to play. But I only kept up with those lessons maybe a year and a half, no more than that. And that's just because the piano lessons got very expensive. And so I stopped. So as time goes by, maybe between 13 and 14, I started playing songs on the piano just because, you know, let's be something. And I didn't know what the hell I was playing, man. I was just playing. I think I want to remember the songs that I was playing. The very first one, and I don't know what the hell I was playing, but what I was playing is I was playing Alicia Keys' If I Ain't Got You. That was my first song I learned how to play by ear, but I did not know what the hell I was playing. And it was in that same piano room as when my Nana, I was inspired by my Nana. And I just remember my cousin's first husband, ex-husband, came in the room and I was playing a song. He says, holy cow, that song literally just came out. And my 14-year-old self was like, I thought I did something wrong, but he was like, no, keep going. And I was playing Alicia Keys' If I Ain't Got You, but I didn't know what chords I was playing. So that was the very first time I was playing a song, but I didn't know I was playing what chords I was doing. And then in that same piano room, I would play maybe the Sailor Moon theme song. I would play maybe some songs from cartoons and anime. But I should have known that that's how it all started. And fast forward in my 20s, I took piano class in Contra Costa College. I was 18 and I took a piano class. It was, gosh, I wish I remember my piano teacher in college, but she was the first one. And I remember the first song I was playing that I had to do as an assignment was Scarborough Fair. And Scarborough Fair, I played that song, but I ended up playing in a different key. So when I was playing in a different key, it really sounded like I was playing in something that kind of sounded like she described Brazilian, like Portuguese. And I said, yes, you know, that was what I was thinking. And she says, oh, I'm gonna recommend you, or I'll mention the next level advanced piano teacher to you, and I'll tell her about you. So when I took, so that was another inspiration. And then I remember taking or learning another song, and the song from that piano class in college at CCC, the Can Can song. And the Can Can, the way how I was taught to play was like din 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 din, but you had to play it a certain way, and I wasn't comfortable. So myself, let's play it freely. So we ended up playing freely, and I was playing it. Then all of a sudden, one of the classmates comes in. He comes in the piano room and was like, you need to be in advanced piano. And I was like, whoa, I don't think I don't need to be in advanced, bro. But yeah, and that is how I met Michael, Irish Michael. Yeah, that's another story. Sweet guy. For those who are from CCC who are watching, Irish Michael Quake, you know, he was the one that noticed the piano. And Brittany Johnson, I miss you. She was the one that said, play me Happy Birthday on the piano, you know? So those were the two classmates I made friends with. And they were the first ones to see that part of piano playing. but good memory. I took the second advanced piano class, right? And what happened was, for some reason, I don't know what got lost in translation, but what got lost was that I did not pursue it because I felt like it was jumping from level 1 and skipping level 2 and 3 and then continuing level 4 and 5. So I was like, oh my God, you know, I just felt kind of lost. I felt like a lost fish. So we didn't continue with the piano classes. We didn't do, I wanted to major in music, okay? I'm saying it right now. I wanted to major in it. And my Nana was like, yeah, honey, play major in music. Then it was somebody, a classmate was telling me, hey, you cannot, no, don't major in music because music, it takes years to accomplish, takes years to do, and you won't make a lot of money, so try to do something else or think about something that will make you more money. And that was what stopped me. And I felt like myself is shooting myself in the foot to this day that I should have chosen music. I should have followed my heart and chose music. I don't care if I, you know, make a living. I just want something, you know, something on my belt. But, you know, but we're pursuing something that's without the credentials. I mean, even if I don't get to do really traditions, god damn, we're fast. I would probably most likely just learn as I go, and that's why I'm practicing a song a day, to learn as I go, and to furthermore, as time goes by, this person is flashing their lights behind me. But yeah, that is the story of my Nana. So my Nana was the one who had the ability as well. She actually was the one that could play all these jazz songs, and she would just play musicals too. She loved Broadway. She loved musicals. She loved, I think one of the ones she played a lot was Singing in the Rain. She played My Fair Lady. She played Birdcage. She played Frank Sinatra songs, Dean Martin songs. She played a lot of Ella Fitzgerald songs. She played many. And she was the one who, in a way, you know, she was like the missing piece that I never thought. And I really wish I would have got to know my Uncle Flip. He was another musician. He played piano too. He did his own music, my Uncle Flip. I wish I got to know him. I wish I got to talk to him. I wish he was alive till this day so I can. He passed away when I was maybe, gosh, I want to say 6, 7 years old when he passed away. But Uncle Flip, he was dubbed as an underground artist. He played music. Everyone knew who he was, but he wasn't like mainstream. But the term underground, it came from him. And it's interesting because one of my ex-co-workers from my job at the restaurant at Bay Years, he told me that I was like an underground channel. And the term underground came from. And then I also had another uncle who passed away. His name was Uncle Rudy, and he played piano too. And I used to play songs for him when he was alive. I believe I played, you know, for Beethoven for at least. And then I played the sad one, Chopin, you know, but I would play for him. Till this very day, when I go to my piano, when I'm stuck on a song, I would pray to my uncles to help me, to guide me. And there'd be some times where I'll play something and they would show me, or they would give me some kind of sign that, no, not this key, the other key. I wish I got to share with them. I wish I got to talk to both of my uncles. Ooh, my rights. I wish I got to talk to both of my uncles when they were alive. I know in some way they're watching, and in some way they're, you know, looking down and telling me, you know, keep going, don't stop, you know, and I don't think I will. You know, documenting this whole journey has become a part of me. that felt that I couldn't share, the me that I felt like I had to hide what I have, and hiding it, really sucks. You shouldn't have to hide who you are. You shouldn't have to hide who you want to become. You shouldn't have to hide what you love doing. And that's one of the things that I'm learning now. So with both of my uncles gone, they passed away, my Nana is the only one who I have left. The only identity that I learned, I recognize, and who recognizes me later on in life. There's just something about with my Nana now where she looks at me where, it's the kind of like the acceptance that I never thought I never thought I would have, and the fact that she, by the way, what's playing right now is a melody for Moon. I did this song for the winter 2024 playlist. This is when I was doing melodies on my own, when I was so scared about losing my channel because of my first copyright strike back in 2023. It still haunts me to this day. But this is when I was doing melodies on my own. So if you're trying to get at me for playing piano music, by the way, this is mine. So, just to be on the safe side. So we're playing these melodies on the piano so we can be awake and we can listen to these melodies from the past. So we can drive and have a pleasant drive because it's going to be a late one tonight. Finally telling me, and this maybe this quiet subliminal acceptance that my Nana has with me now. And like I feel like, whenever I practice a song, and when she practices a song, and I feel like we don't have to basically, connect in words, we don't have to connect in speech, we don't have to connect in speaking, we connect by playing a song for each other. And that's kind of like what we were doing. She would play something and I would play something, and so she was even telling me that, honey, great grandma, her mom she played Castilian guitar. She was Spanish, she played Spanish guitar, and she was the one who played player too. So there was just, I have so many questions about, more about on my mom's side of the family, especially my Nana, my great grandma, my two uncles, who I wish I could talk to about this whole experience, and to have that comfort, to have that, someone who I can talk to, because I really felt like I couldn't talk to anyone about this whole entire experience. And I feel like when I express what I love, it just makes a lot of people feel some type of way, and even if they don't say it in words, they can express it a lot. But I'm learning not to let it affect me. Now you're just a mess. Then I would stop, but it just sucks that I'm slowly finally getting to play music in front of my family and share what it is I love. And I'm finally, they're actually finally realizing that this is what I do. This is what I on my channel. And who would have place on YouTube would help me to express that joy. And melody for Hail. Hail is one of my favorite things in the world. Hail is something that I tried to make it seem like where each melody has a way to express themselves and a way to express their each element or each term. But yeah, my Nana now, with her, I noticed that she's a little different. I mean, she's not, but, I just may never know. She's the only one that I have the identity that is left. And so, I want to try to talk to her, try to communicate with her as much as I can, and express that. There's one of the stories I like to share about my Nana. I told her that I want to say maybe it was in 2022 or the end of 2022 And I quote, I told her, Nana, I thought there was something wrong with me because of these songs I would play. And then she goes, there's nothing wrong with you, honey. I have it too. Yeah, she can play piano, but she doesn't read sheets either. And she says she wishes she could read sheets. So that's why one day I keep saying I want to learn how to play piano sheets. So I'm gonna not only just do it for me, but to do it for her. And to keep continuing with this music. Reason being because there's gonna be a little one in the family who's gonna develop something like that. And when they develop their own thing, and they develop their, and if they want to talk to someone, because I get it, like, it's a lonely journey. It really is. This whole sharing a song a day, or sharing a melody, or sharing what you love and expressing in music, especially, you know, maybe the next little one will not do piano, but maybe they'll do it in guitar, you know, but they'll have some kind of the same thing. But if they feel alone, well, you're not alone. You know, this is why I'm doing this as well. Because now it's like I'm accepting this is who I am. I'm accepting that this is me. I'm accepting that this is what I do. And that no one could take that away. No one can tell me who I am, tell me who I need to be. And if a little one ever had to express, you know, their music playing in their element there, and I just want them to know that, you know, if they ever felt alone, or if they ever felt abandoned, they felt like they're not, you know, they're not like everybody else, they feel like they're not normal, they feel like they're not, you know, just all these emotions that I would feel, that I just really feel like, well, like I feel by myself, I feel alone. And it's just nice that someone who is also, that understands that, no, you're not alone, and there's nothing wrong with you, you know, you just, it was passed down, you know, and it just so happens that I have it, and we're sharing as much as we can about this journey. So, because this whole entire journey has been quite a lonely one, and it's turned my world upside down, and I live life a little differently than most people, and I'm learning to accept this difference that I have. That I live life a little differently than most. And now I have to really be 10 times as careful when it comes to other, you know, people. Because there's people that I'm just like, I don't know anymore, you know. And I just have to really be careful. Whenever I'm around now, I mean, I can understand why my Nana is that way, and how people's live stream is kind of just, I don't know. My live stream is for a night drive. I prefer an evening drive than a morning drive, and get there for the day. And I'd rather just drive at night because I just want to be with my Nana. She was saying how she gets a little tired of it, which makes sense, you know. And she sleeps a lot longer, she takes longer naps. And when she was practicing a song, she would just, you know, kind of, oh shoot, you know, playing. I have videos of her that I could do when I was down there. I know at some point people have to, you know, move on to the next, like, move on to the next spiritual world, but it's going to be a hard one for me. For she's the only one that I have left to talk to about this whole thing. I'm not as struggling with what I have anymore. that I used to, because now we're accepting it. But she's the only one I really have left to talk to about this whole thing. So when I talk to her about music, there's something about with my Nana that it's just this comfortability, and the fact that I feel the only place I really feel safe. Talk to her about this because she has it too. She just said, "That's because you got ears, honey." That's just because you have a hearing. You can play by ear. Something that great grandma had, something that I had you. And now it came to you. There's actually a lot of I have a couple of cousins in the family that also play by ear as well. You know, they also play music as well. And, but you know, one is in Stockton, the other one is in Oregon, and there's also, I mean, my brother plays, but he stopped playing. And, you know, he has his own life, so. But he plays music too, and if I give my brother a piano, he would play something. It's just that I decided to express my life and express the story of music and song. But my Nana, she's okay. Nana's okay. I would like to make a video of her compilations of Nana be Nana, you know. I would like to do that for them. And just spend time with her as much as I can. If this is too loud, I'm sorry. I would like to spend time with the one person who definitely just really recognizes me for me. At first it was a struggle with my Nana, because my Nana was like, she goes, "How did you?" And I was like, "Hey man, fuck you, man, I'm just having but I didn't want to say, you know, like, "Oh, well, you know, I'm like you," because I felt like I wasn't like anybody in this family, and I felt like I was, you know, in a way I could be, but because, you know, we're music, you know, we sing, we play an instrument, you know, we're still in music, and so, but it took a long time to really recognize that now with all of us in the same room, and to say that this is what Allie does, or this is what I do, and it took a long time to accept that, because in the beginning it was just really hard. It took a long time to really see the acceptance of what I portrayed to my family. I've come a long way up this journey to feel acceptance, to be accepting of this is what I do, this is who I am. I don't think of myself in any other. I don't think of myself as better. I don't think of myself as great. I don't think of myself as. I don't. I just have something I can never explain. And that is why in my channel I say musical friends and families, because I do come from a musical family. My Nana being one of them. My uncles, Uncle Flip and Uncle Marie. But what's wonderful about it is that I know where I come from. I know who I am, and I spend time as much as I can. To spend time with her, to be more connected with her, and about it.